Brothers and sisters, as you remember, prior to the outbreak of COVID-19, Tuesdays were the day that we would gather together to pray for an end to abortion in our city and our country and around the world. This is because abortions are performed in our own hospital, Kelowna General Hospital, on Tuesdays. And so with a view to eventually getting involved out doing street ministry, we thought it would be important to get into the practice of regularly coming together to pray. Well, we've not forgotten about this, and we still pray for an end to abortion. It's easy to get focused on other things during these times, but abortions are still taking place. However, the other day Mike posted an article that explained that over 5,600 Planned Parenthood abortion clinics had closed around the world because of COVID-19. This makes up 14% of their clinics. So just think about the number of clinics that they have around the world. But this is good news, that because of the end of the ability to practice these because of social distancing, that means that abortions are down significantly. Again, this is saving lives. Also in the U.S., governors in Texas and Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Oklahoma have ordered that all abortions cease in those states. Now, those are historically and presently more conservative Republican states, and the governors are pro-life. And so this is something, again, it's to celebrate that lives are being spared. Planned Parenthood has expressed concern that when the pandemic is over, that they might not be able to reopen all of its facilities, and this is good news. But again, this is at least in part due to other factors. And one of the other factor, a key factor in this, is the fact that, if you remember, President Trump said they would cease to support abortions around the world. They would defund Planned Parenthood internationally. And even though our own Prime Minister Trudeau pledged to increase our own giving and as a country to international abortion access, it's a drop in the bucket compared to what the U.S. had been giving. And so this is affecting their bottom line. And so again, we're thankful that abortions are being limited. But as we come back to our own situation here in Canada, I was struck by some comments by Frederic Chabot, who's the Director of Health Promotion for Action Canada for Sexual Health and Rights. She wrote, "We can't treat abortion as if this isn't as urgent as COVID-19. Now just think about what she's saying here. We can't treat abortion as if it is not as urgent as COVID-19. Well, of course, we would agree that it is, in fact, more urgent than COVID-19, but for entirely different reasons. She goes on, "It's so time sensitive and such huge consequences, not like other elective surgeries." So what she's advocating is that abortions would indeed continue despite the fact that most hospitals around the country had limited or ceased altogether the performing of elective surgeries. But here in Canada, every province and territory has stated emphatically that abortions will continue unabated during the COVID-19 lockdown. And again, although elective surgeries have been reduced or stopped, each province and territory has labeled abortion to be an essential service and has pledged to continue. So brothers and sisters, we need to continue to pray for an end to abortion. We need to pray that the Lord would indeed help us, to give us wisdom as we seek to engage with the culture as Christians in churches from around the country and around the world stand against this atrocity. If you look at the numbers of abortions the babies who have died by abortion just so far this year, it's already over 9 million compared to a relatively small number who have died from COVID-19. Now, I'm not saying that COVID-19 is a good thing or it is not a horrible thing. But let's keep things in perspective, and let's remember just the number of babies that are being killed. And at least in our country, that number has not reduced. We're thankful for what's taking place around the world, and we should rejoice in that. But let's continue to pray that abortion would end. Use this time that we have to really stand firm, and let's make it our commitment to continue to pray, at least on Tuesdays, but other times as well. for an end to this atrocity.